Hey guys, well, this is my first ever YouTube channel, so do not judge. Everybody starts somewhere, right? Today I'm gonna talk about how I was a teen mom and how it is and how hard it was for me after having my son. He is currently 2 years old and crazy. So I moved out of my mom's house when I was 18, and I moved into my husband's house with his parents. I was living here for, I believe, I moved in December 2015. No, not 15. I believe, wait. Yeah, it was 2015. 2015, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, it's about to be 4 years. So, I moved out when I was in December. And then, it stood like that for a while. And then around, March, I believe, I ended up getting pregnant. The way that I found out was, I had missed my period, and I wasn't really sure if I had gotten it that month or not, because I have really bad memory. And then the day that we were gonna go to get a test, I threw up, and I was like, okay. I was like, no, I'm pregnant. So, I mean, before that, I had a feeling that I kind of was, but all the tests were coming out negative. So I just kind of let it go. So then after that, I went to the clinic and they told me I was six weeks and a half. So 2 months. I don't know, 3 months. I still don't understand the 20 something months. I just say how many months I am. So they told me I was 23 weeks, 20 weeks and a half, sorry. I don't know what I said. I forgot. See, bad memory. Okay, and then, so then they gave me the option of what I wanted to do and everything else. So my husband was waiting outside in the car, and I go and I tell him, like, I'm pregnant. And he started crying like happy tears. So I started crying like happy tears. And then so we came, and then literally like his parents were like, oh, where'd you guys go? Like, you know, and we were like, oh, just to the doctor. Like, and then they asked me like, what did they tell you? And I'm like, oh, and then he was like, his dad was like, oh, let me guess, you're pregnant. And I'm like, yeah. So they kind of already knew, I guess. And then I kept it a secret until Mother's Day, which is not that long after that I found out that I was pregnant. And I told my stepmom the day that I found out, because I literally was like, I did not know what the freak I was supposed to do. I don't know what kind of doctor I was supposed to go to. Like, I did not know anything. And she was my like the one that has my insurance, so she helped me a lot. I told her, and she just kept, no way, no way, no way. She couldn't stop saying that. It was so funny. So then I didn't tell my dad. Wait, I didn't tell my dad the same day that I told her. Then on Mother's Day, that's when I told my mom and my dad. So I went with my mom to go out to eat, and we went to an Olive Garden by Claremont. No, Montclair, sorry. And there was a mall, so we ended up going to the mall, and we ended up buying the baby's first outfit. We still didn't know what the baby was. So then we went to go get the first outfit, and we hid it and we put it in the car before we went out to eat. While we were waiting, I told my brother to come to the car because I needed to show him something, him and his girlfriend. So once they came, I gave them the little bag of the outfit, and then he like looked at me and he was like, "Who's this for?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, like come on, common sense, right?" Well, not really, not common sense, but kind of. So then I was like, for me, like, and then his girlfriend was like, "You're pregnant?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then that he was like, "Oh shit, come here, get mocos." So then, whatever, we ended up going to dinner. We ate. We ended up taking pictures, whatever, and then we went to my mom's house. And I told her, "Oh, I need to tell you something, like sit down." So that's when I told her, "Oh, I'm pregnant." She started to cry. I guess she was kind of disappointed, happy, I guess. I don't really know. I mean, I was young. I was 18. So then after that, she grabbed my husband and took him to the room. They talked about whatever. Till this day, I do not know what they said, what they talked about. And then she came and hugged me, and she was just telling me congratulations, that now, you know, all of that stuff. And then she told me that it's so crazy because the day before I told her, she had a dream that there was a little boy walking around the house, and she would be telling us like, "Oh, like give the baby the pacifier," like, or "Oh, the baby's hungry," or something like that. But she knew that it wasn't her baby, but it was one of our babies. So she said it was so weird that the day before I told her I was pregnant, she had that dream, and it was a boy, and I had a boy. So I think that was pretty crazy. And then after that, we ended up going to my dad's house because it wasn't that late. So we went to my dad's house, and keep in mind that my stepmom already knew. Say hi.
Hi.
High five. Yeah. So so then I sat down, and we didn't show my mom the clothes, but I thought my dad wasn't going to be as mad, so I did show it to him, because my mom was the one that I was kind of scared to tell, mostly. So then I gave him the clothes, and then he was like, "What the fuck is this?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, like, he's going to be pissed." So, and then I was like, "Oh, like, I'm pregnant." He starts talking shit, like, mad shit. "What the fuck? You don't know how to wear a condom? Like, you don't know how to put it on?" He told my husband, and I'm like, "Oh my god." So then obviously I'm pregnant. I get sentimental. I start crying, and then like, he's like, my dad is so weird. He's those kind of people that will be like, "Okay, here's some condoms, like, be safe, don't get pregnant." So he would always try to give us condoms, which we would never take, because I think that's so weird to take it from your dad. So then he was like, "I would offer you guys condoms, like, why wouldn't you guys use condoms," and this and that. And then my husband was kind of laughing because he thought he was kidding, until he started talking even more shit. And then that's when he like was like, "Oh, okay, now he's mad. He's really mad." So that's how I told my parents. And then after that, I mean, it was all good. I had 2 baby showers, because my family is my mom and, you know, divorced parents and all that. So I had 2 baby showers, one at my dad's house and then one with my mom. And obviously my mom talks a lot with my husband's mom, so they made it together. So then that's pretty much it. They gave me my due date that was supposed to be December 20th. So that was my sister's birthday. We have so many people in December. We have like at least 8 of my family members that are December people, which is crazy. So So they told me December 20th. My husband was a truck driver at that time, so he would go pretty far. So I decided to get induced just in case he wasn't around when I went into labor. So I got induced on the 14th, and they were planning for me to have the baby on the 15th. So so after that, they put a strip into my, so they put a strip, and then, what, baby? Mommy. Yeah. So they put a strip in there, and that was supposed to start my contractions. So my contractions were really, really, really high. They were hurting so bad, and it was a minute apart. Yes, baby. Mommy. Oh, baby. It was a minute apart, and then hold on. What? They induced me so my contractions could start. They were a minute after a minute. They were hurting so bad. So then the nurse that I had was so nice. She was like, "Oh, like, don't even worry about it," because I was still young, so I kind of felt like, oh my god, like, they're gonna see my vagina, like, but she told me, you know what, don't even worry about it, like, this is gonna happen. Just pretend like this pole, the one that has the IV, like, this pole is your strip pole, and this and that. And I started laughing so hard. So then she told me, like, you're not open at all, like, nothing, and you're supposed to be opening if you were induced. So then the doctor came in and was like, okay, well, you were supposed to come in on the 15th and have him on the 16th. And I was like, no, like, they told me to come in on the 14th. I mean, if they were telling me to come to a different date, they wouldn't even let me go in, right? They wouldn't even put me into the bed. They wouldn't even put me anything if it wasn't that day. So then, he told me that he was going to try to delay it, which I don't get. How was he going to delay it if I was already in pain? So then, they told me, like, okay, well, the induce isn't working. Like, we'll just take it out and see how it goes without it. So then, once they took it out, I still had the contractions really bad, and I was still closed completely. I wasn't even dilated 1 centimeter. So then after that, the doctor came in and told me, oh, like, the baby's heartbeat is dropping and we need to send you to an emergency C-section. And to be honest, my heart dropped when they told me that I had to get C-section. Like, I did not want C-section at all. I just wanted to have him naturally. Until this day, I wish I could have. And I want to wait to have another baby for me to be able to have it naturally. Because it's like, C-section is like, so, I mean, to me it was not easy, but it's just like, I want to feel how can I say this? I want to know how it is to give birth naturally. Even if it's with the epidural, I don't care, because I know the pain's a lot, like, a lot. Imagine I was in labor for 7 hours. 7 hours, and then to get a C-section, like, so, I mean, and I know I wasn't even dilated. Imagine, like, if I was to be dilating, the contractions would have been even harder. So, yeah, so I just wanted to have him naturally, but, so they said, emergency C-section. They came in, they introduced themselves, who's gonna do it, this and that. So, right away, my husband was like, fuck, like, so then, they started bringing him his clothes that he needed to put on in order for him to be in there. And once he was trying to change, I was already leaving into the emergency, like, the room for it, right? So then, they put the epidural on me so quick. They laid me down, this and that. Like, And I'm looking around and I'm looking for my husband and he's not even inside. And then they're like, they told me, okay, well, you're gonna feel a little pressure. It's not gonna hurt though. So I feel the pressure that they're already starting, and I'm looking around and he's not there. And I'm like, oh my God, like, is he really gonna miss the baby's birth? So then, so I turn around again and he's coming in. Right when he comes in, like seconds later, the baby's out. Let me tell you guys, my C-section was horrible. It was like, once they took the baby out, I felt so like if they took so much things from my body, like I felt so, not empty. I wouldn't say empty, but it's just like a lift was taken off of you. And it was like so fast that they took it out that it just was wow. Like, oh my God, I felt that. Wow, sticker. You want it on your face? Say hi. Here, sticker on your face then. See? Like that? On mommy's head?
Yes.
I'm gonna get you. Okay, so then yeah, it was really horrible. Like after they took out the baby, I started throwing up a lot, and we're to the point where I even started choking on my throw up, because I was obviously C-section, like you're laying up, right? So I started throwing up like nonstop, and it was like I started choking, where I started coughing like that. So then the doctor started pulling my head to the side, and then I heard the baby started crying, so then I started crying while I was choking. And then like I kept looking at the baby, and he kind of looks a little purple. So I kept telling my husband like go with the baby, like leave me here, just go see him. And he didn't want to leave. He wanted to wait a little bit and make sure that I was okay. So once I stopped throwing up and I got over like choking, they started putting me oxygen. So once they were putting me oxygen, I started wanting to fall asleep. So, and I thought to myself, like, this is oxygen, like I shouldn't be going to sleep. Like, and I told myself, do not close your eyes. Don't close your eyes. So I was telling myself, don't close your eyes, don't close your eyes. So I kept them open, and I didn't fucking go to sleep. So then, after that, they gave me the baby. Obviously I started crying again, and after that,
eyes.
on eyes?
Yes.
Okay.
This.
On eyes. So then after that, open what?
Open.
So then after that, they took me to recovery, and I didn't see the baby for the first hour of being born, which made me pretty sad. I was crying while I was in there, and like, yeah. So then once I got out of recovery, the baby was already drinking formula. They didn't wait I mean, obviously he's gonna be hungry, but it's just like I wanted to breastfeed him, so that didn't work out. And then once I did try breastfeeding, I didn't have any milk in my boobs yet. So I got that like a week later. He was already drinking formula, so I didn't get it a week after. I got into really bad depression, but it only lasted for like around 2 weeks. So I guess like the normal time that you usually get it, if you did get it. But it's just, mine was so weird. Mine was like, I felt so disconnected from the baby. I felt like I didn't have any connection with him because he wasn't in my stomach anymore. Like, I felt like he was gonna love somebody else more than me. Sometimes I still have problems with that. I feel like he's gonna love either like other people more than me, and it's just, a lot of people tell me you're his mom. Like, there's no possible way for him to love somebody else more than you. But you know, we all have our thoughts and stuff like that. So yeah, so I really got into bad depression every time I would like let him go with his grandma for a little bit or something downstairs. Like, I would cry like after an hour, like, you know. So it was just really hard. And for being that young, so I got pregnant when I was 18 and had him when I was 19. So for being that young, you don't know. So I told my husband, like, oh, I feel depressed and this and that. We were so young. We don't know what happens after having a baby. We don't know anything. So to him, it was like, dude, you just get up. Like, you're okay and this and that. Like, you shouldn't feel like that. You have your baby. So then after that, after I think it's a week or I don't know, about having to go see your doctor again. So after I went to go see my doctor, he went with me and he was checking my C-section, see if I needed to get any stitches automatic, like for him to take them off if they were to be stuck and all that. So, and then he asked me if I had felt sad or anything like that. Obviously, I told him no because it had gone away after a while. So then, my husband at that time was like, wow, like, really? Like, that was for real that you were telling me? And I'm like, yes, like, it's for real. Like, why would I be making that up? Like, and plus, it was really hard for me because right the day we came back home, he had to go to work for truck driving. Like, it wasn't that I had him with me to take care of me or to help me with the baby or any of that. It's just he went straight back to work, which kind of, I think had a big thing with it also. So then after that, yeah, it's really hard to have a baby. Right now I work. I'm planning to go back to school. Now that he's 2, I want to put him in preschool when he's 3, but it's going to be harder because he's born in December, so he loses a year. His name's Gilbert Anthony Cepeda. His dad came up with the name, both names actually. I wasn't bothered though, like, I wanted to name him other names, but at the end of the day, like, that name really got me like, wow, that's a really nice name, you know? So I liked it. So that's my story of being pregnant and giving birth and being a teen mom. So that's the thing, teen mom. Like, I thought teen mom was like 17, 16 and this and that. So then about being a teen mom, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm not a teen mom. And they were like, yeah, you were. You're 18. And I'm like, exactly, that's an adult. And they were like, no, 18, teen. You had him at 19, teen. And I'm like, so let me know, guys. Let me know if you guys agree that 18 and 19 is a teen mom, or if only 17 and lower are teens. Let me know. Peace out. Say bye.